Hello there, welcome to another episode of the Sohria Alexander Show. Can you believe it that it is my 9th episode of my new show? And I am so happy. Let me tell you something. I am so happy with the show. The reviews are so remarkable. When I finish my show, my inbox, my WhatsApp, they are all busy. Everybody's like, so, the show is great. So, we learned a lot. So, thank you for being bold. And it's a so. And you know, it's really good because what my spin of my show is to be different, to be me, and not a put on. I have never been a put on. And I will never be one. Not now, not ever. What you see is what you get. So come on, get on in. Get on in, and this is the show. You need to tag your friends. You need to share the live. This is the show where you come. It's a nice homey show. You feel comfortable. You're with so for an hour. I know a lot of people asking for more than an hour. I don't think I can give more than an hour. Just being miserable tonight. But I don't think I can give more than an hour because you know, it's very I want to give you content. I want to give you food, because what people fail to realize, when you drag out a show, it loses the essence. And my goal is not to just do a show to rant and go 2 hours, 3 hours. No. Within the hour, you should have learned something. And I know my last show on Monday, you know, a lot of people were listening. And it is good. We have to be bold. We have to be brave. We have to be beautiful in everything that we do. And it's very good that a lot of women are saying to me that I am an encouragement to them. You just have to be you. Don't copy me. Don't copy anybody. Now, I know a lot of people want to do shows, want to do different things, and they may not have the expertise. And we are willing to offer our expertise to help you do your show. And we will help you, we'll guide you, obviously at a fee. And we will show you, we will use our equipment if you don't have, and we can produce the show for you. Never be afraid to take that plunge into something you want to do. You have to block out all the noises around you, because there are many naysayers. And there are people you would have thought that would have support you in your venture, and they won't. Your support is going to come from different places. Your support is not going to come from them. And let me tell you, the kind of person my son, Akeem Ernest, and myself are, we are very helpful people. We give a lot. My son is very brilliant. I myself, sometimes I have to say, God, thank you for blessing me with this child because he has really helped me. And if I had to go and hire somebody to do all my productions, to do all my graphics, to do all my videos, to do everything, hello, at that quality, at that level, I would have had to pay somebody like $6,000 a month. But I'm his mommy. He loves me. So he's doing everything for me. And mothers, when you see you have children who are very loyal, obedient to you, please treat them right. Okay? Please treat them right. And people are saying, some people saying, oh, they cannot work with their children, they cannot work with their husband, they cannot work with their wife, they cannot work with this one, they cannot work with that one. It all boils down to understanding and communication. One thing Akemil said to my mommy is bam, 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 bam. This is how my mom is. Bam, 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 bam. And it's true. This is me. I'm on the go. Even if we're in town walking, it's like, oh my God, mommy walks so fast. There was a day I was with him in town and he's like, I can tell my mommy not feeling well. He said, mommy, you're not feeling well? I'm like, why do you ask? He said, mommy, you're not walking fast. And he was correct. I wasn't feeling so good. But I work with him. He does his studies. I work with him, and it's a very nice working relationship. Sometimes we prefer the strangers more than our own. And I've heard people saying, and it is a fact, that sometimes family are the worst. And a stranger is going to do for you. But luckily, thankfully, praises be to the Most High that I have my son who is willing to work with me. And we never quarrel, we never nothing. We like twins. People call us twins. When you see us together, people say, we have one face. So when you want to do something in life, get people that will encourage you. Because it is good to have those kind of mentors in your life. I know a lot of people want to do a lot of things. And they're saying, who's going to help me? Who's going to give me a start? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? There are many people like me that are willing to help you and to push you and to show you what to do. But you must also be willing to learn, to excel. You must put in the hours. And this is what I'm saying. Everybody see we do the show and the show looks so nice and everything. And they're saying, you want to get jealous. Don't get jealous, because sometimes we up late scripting, writing, doing all sorts of stuff. We had to invest and buy some other stuff to make the show into a high quality, because I can tell you, Mr. Producer is very high on quality. Encourage each other. Stop pulling each other down. If you see somebody is doing something, say, I would like to emulate that person, Let me reach out to that person. How are you doing this? How are you doing that? But if it's a Roro, a Bacchanal, everybody there, what do you get from Roro and Bacchanal? Help me out. Help a sister out. Help a girl out. Help me out. What do you get from Roro and Bacchanal? It's like people are feeding their souls. People are feeding their souls with Bacchanal and Roro. It's good to have a laugh and everything else. But when it comes to that point where it crushes people, bring down people, this is not right. And we are seeing this type of behavior on Facebook. Now, it is the new year. It is the new year. What have you done? And I think in one of my shows, I told you, write down your goals, see where you want to go. What have you done? And there are so many things that we have to do in St. Lucia. When it comes to human resources, it is unbelievable. And I believe many of our young people, not only young people, generally, people need to know how to present a CV, a cover letter. People fail to realize that if a job is advertised by any company, you cannot send in a generic application. The application and your CV, your resume, should only have 2 sheets, 2 pages. And your cover letter, not supposed to be a whole paragraph. And I think I may have to do a show to show people, show a job description and how you apply for that job. And, you've been hearing that, employers are saying that they cannot get the right people to work for them, blah, blah, blah. It is because people, when they apply, they just put their whole history. You don't have to put your whole history. What you have to do, you respond to the application as per what they are looking for in the description. You look at your resume and you see what skills, what qualification, whatever you have, and you fit it within the description of the position. People would just send all kind of applications, all sorts of things. This is not the way to go. In St. Lucia, we need to develop our human resources. Now, while we may say that government is responsible, and yes, they are responsible in ensuring that our human resources are developed, our young people, do we have a center in St. Lucia? I know there's a young man online doing that, and you have to pay him. Nothing wrong with that in paying him. He has to get paid for his work. But do we have a center that guide our children, guide our students their career paths? Do we have a center guiding them? When they leave secondary school, do they get guidance as to the pathway to them reaching their goals? No. These are the critical things that we need to discuss and look into. But we prefer deal with the bacchanal and the roro. They would gravitate to it. But these are the things. We should have a center here. Right? And this is another way of creating employment. You have so many people, right, who are qualified without work. Or somebody could take that idea. You open a little center, right? And the government said that they are giving money for the youth economy. You can have a nice little center, a young person, not so young, whoever. Although the money is for the youth economy. But I think the government also has other monies that could help people. You open that center and you guide people. Their career path, what they want to do, how to write a resume, how to conduct an interview, how to speak at an interview, the questions to ask at an interview, where you see yourself going, not in the next 5 years, because we ain't know if you're going to see tomorrow. In the next 6 months, where do you see yourself? In the next 3 months, where do you see yourself? Everything is too centralized. We need to spread the knowledge throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia. Too many young people are leaving school. Too many young people are leaving school and they are lost. They do not know where to go, what to do. There are not many jobs, but we should have that kind of culture where we guide them. We have a place they go, they speak to whoever, find out. I know they usually have, I know they usually have the fairs, and the fairs is usually for university, overseas, blah, blah, blah. I believe the time is now that we get a university in St. Lucia for our St. Lucian students. Going overseas, you have to spend like $100,000 going over. I believe the time is now that our students, when they leave secondary school or Sir Arthur, that they do not have to break the bank to get so much money to go overseas to study and then come back and pay a loan. These are the things that we need to grow our young people. Many young people did not go to university, not because they are foolish. They didn't have the opportunity or the financial resources. We are quick to blame the young people, the students. We were once young. I was a good young girl, let me tell you that. I was a good young girl, and I'm still a good young girl. Well, young woman, not so young. But we are quick. We forget we were once young. I was raised in a Christian home, so I wasn't in the bacchanal back. I wasn't in this. But we forget we are young and the things we did as young people. I saw a video from his, and the young children were dancing. And, they were not using too nice words, but they were in the school uniform and they were in the school. I understand this is wrong. They should not have done that, right? And it was on TikTok and everybody saw it. And they were actually from the Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School. I'm sure all the young ladies and the young man are bright students, because one was head PRO, prefect, merits, everything on them. So obviously the school will be offended, because the school have to protect their image and reputation, which is fine. I ain't got no issues with that, which is fine, because I believe in everything there's rules that you have to follow. You must be disciplined when you're in certain positions, and you have to take responsibility for your actions. But I have a little issue. I saw that they made the students apologize and they videotape it, and that video has been circulating. My question to the authorities that did that, and I think they were suspended with supervision. My question to the authorities that did that, apart from making those students apologize and everybody seeing the video, it's like humiliation. I know they did something wrong. It's like humiliation to them, because the video is all over the place. We must be, where are those who are counselors and who studied psychology? At that age, people may say, oh, these big girls, those big boys, they should know better. Of course they should know better. But were those students taken apart one by one, not in a group, and counseled? Did they go deeper than the video and ask, okay, you are such an intelligent young man or young woman, what possessed you to do that? In order to find out why this person or why those students behave in such a manner, you must have a conversation with them, delving into the abyss and coming out from the abyss with information, with raw data that you could turn into something positive. Was that done? Everything in this world is instant coffee. And don't forget, buy me the coffee. It's on the screen. Support the show. This is a good show. As I said, it's a feel-good family show. We're talking, we're discussing. Come across here. No politics, no rural, no drama. Support the show monthly or buy coffees. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to support. So when you and listen, apparently they did that. The children from the Leon Hess Comprehensive School, they did that video, and apparently next time, in no time, the apology was there. In no time, the apology was there. But what time was taken? You see, everything is instant coffee. Everything is instant coffee. What time was taken to sit down with each of them one by one and find out, hey, what's going on here? Go deeper. And if you sit, but we do not have many counselors. Where are the psychologists to help them? These are the things we have to invest in to ensure our young people are better. And that we pull our young people out of this mess. All I saw was the video, the dancing, and then the apology. They have already humiliated their schools and themselves with the TikTok, right? And then an apology was done via video and circulated throughout Facebook. Everything is a quick fix. Nobody wants to take the time to do things properly. You offend me? Just apologize now. And you finish. Yeah, I apologize. But there are still intricate things happening within my being that I may need somebody to talk to. That I may need somebody to listen to. We have seen many situations, and all that is done is a plaster on it. And then we go out there, the authorities go out there, we don't know what is wrong with this society. We do not know what is wrong with them, what is going on. We do know what is wrong. We do know what is going on. We do not take the time to listen to them. And humiliation starts from the schools. We breed what we produce, what we breed, how we treat them, what we instill within them. So they are a replica of what they see and what they have learned. They too will leave school and go into the workplace or have a family, not knowing there is a situation. I do not want an answer right away. Let's discuss. Let's communicate. Do we discuss? Do we communicate? Or do we just want instant coffee and we fight? Do we just want instant coffee and we fight? The problems we can fix are right within our view. But what do? Quick fix. We have to start. If you want a youth that is going to build a society, we have to start treating them right from early childhood moving on up. It takes a lot of effort from the authorities, those in power, in order to create a better society. A better society does not come about with us just talking. You got to put the work into whatever you want. People need to read, people need to research, and you can be very brilliant by taking responsibility for yourself, interest in yourself. I want to know within those schools, do they have this counseling time where you give those students counseling once a week, or some kind of motivation throughout the week? Or are they just going to schools like robots from 8 to 2, 8 to 3? Are we just going to school like robots? In order to be great, or in order to have a great society, the authorities, the movers, the shakers have to realize that they have to do better. They have to up their game. They have to up their game. And if they don't up their game, our society is going to stay in the abyss. Imagine a thing such as your hair. We are black people, right? Some of us may have been born with nice curly hair or not, or just the Negro hair. Remember what you have to build in a student, in a child, in an infant is character. It is better you have a child with character than a child hair well groomed, well dressed, and miserable like hell. It is better you have a child that is built and have a good character than somebody that is well groomed and have no manners. We want, and some of the rules at the schools, they need to be abolished. Slavery was abolished a long time. Why are we imposing the hair foolishness on students? If my hair is neatly groomed, and let me tell you something, it is time for the authorities to allow our young people, our students, to embrace what God blessed them with. You are saying to somebody, now I am not talking about a child keeping themselves untidy or their hair untidy. If the person's hair on their head is nicely combed and everything, why do you have an issue with that? Is their hair the thing that is causing them to learn and to retain the information that they need to succeed? And let me tell you something. Most times those students don't succeed is because of the behavior of what is there. The rules oppress them. We were oppressed in slavery and we are being oppressed again. Oppression was, I remember when I was going to school, there was a rule that says if you are unmarried as a teacher, you cannot continue to teach. You have to leave. Now, if we are a Christian society, which I don't think we are, if you get pregnant and you're not married, you have to leave. That was a rule long time ago. So they have abolished that. So y'all can abolish this rule, but a child who is coming to school neatly with their hair well groomed, intelligent, doing their work, you throw them aside. I remember a vice principal saying to my son, come up on the stage. You are a role model for them to see how your hair is. You're nice, you clean, you everything. But that's how his hair is. You cannot impose him how he looks on another student. If another student have their hair a little bigger than his and it is neat, why discriminate against him? He is not taking another form. He is actually using what God gave him, which is his natural locks, his hair. These are the conversations we need to have. Now I was listening to a show, and the host called the Minister of Education, Honorable Sean Edwards. He was on his way to work and he took the call. And the host was asking him, what does he think? What is his opinion on if the book GBC meaning the LGBTQT plus, right? What they're saying to him, what are your views on that? But he couldn't really answer, obviously. He's a minister of government. You'd have to meet with cabinet to discuss. And he said, this is not in St. Lucia yet, and he cannot see it coming in St. Lucia in the near future because this is not something they're looking at now. But what the minister failed to realize, it's going to reach here. When the world sneezes, St. Lucia sneezes. So what are we going to do? We do not want the children to have, and the GBC starts from our little tender minds. We don't want this here. We don't want our children being taught these things. And the thing about it, to my people, we are too complacent. And people, let me tell you what I've realized. The mindset of our people is very, very clogged. For instance, me. If I say I believe in you, and then the facts presents itself to show me that me believing in you is incorrect, and I change my position where my thoughts are concerned about you, people who still believe in you would want me to believe in you while I am not believing in you again. And since I am not believing in you again, you know what happens? You know what happens? They turn against you. Hate. We have not matured to that level of intelligence. And many people, and I'm talking seriously to you tonight, many people have lost wonderful friendships because of politics. Let that sink in for a little while I drink my juice. Many people have lost meaningful relationships because of politics. It means that we have not matured enough to respect somebody's opinion and still remain friends. Why are we getting personal and not looking at things from an intellectual position? All what I said to you here tonight is going to be null and void, zilch, until people change their mindset. I should be able to change my mind when the facts change. You should be able to change your mind when the facts change. But to be your own person is wrong. It's a sin. We cannot disagree with each other respectfully. And I go back to illustrate what happened with the hair students and the video. We want them to conform, but what are they conforming to when the world out there don't even respect people's opinions? And it's a fight. So in the school, we are teaching them one thing, and in reality, when they get out there, they are going to realize it ain't so. It's a mad, mad, mad world. It's a mad world. So it borders on hypocrisy that we are saying to the young generation coming up. You gotta be like this, you gotta be like that. And when they look at our attitude or your attitudes, it does not reflect what is right. It doesn't reflect what is right. For me to score a point at school, in the club, on the beach, at sports, I have to get aggressive. No, you don't have to get aggressive. You state your point. And the reason why our country is not going to move forward is because people are too static. You have to be fluid in order to progress. You cannot be static. Some of you, yes, you are talking to. Some of you are in jobs, dead-end jobs for 40, 20, 10 years, and you complain every day. Why haven't you get up and decide there is something I need to do or I can do to make my life happier? Do that course, start that business, do something. But let me tell you why you are not doing it. You are not doing it because you are fearful. Fear. Look at me when I started my show. Like I said to you, I started with 2 other shows. And then I just rebranded and, start different things to make this more marketable and more appetizing to the listeners, to the viewers. Because not everybody wants the road, the bacchanal, and the back and forth. Some people just want to come and chill, like you chilling with me tonight. People sit and then we want to blame. Excuse me. As I said in my other shows, don't wait for everything to be perfect. We want everything. Government cannot change your life. I cannot change your life. The only person that can change your life is you willing to get up and make a difference in your life. And these are the things we should be pushing, and not there is too much dependency on government. They have their own to do. But each of us can push each other forward. Little steps and we move forward. In St. Lucia, I don't want to generalize and say the entire Caribbean, but in St. Lucia, people are very laid back. Boss man, give me $1. Boss man, buy me a tank of gas. Boss man, I need something. Boss man, I need this. I always believe if government or the members of parliament put programs and things in place, you do not have to go and say, boss man, I need a $5. Boss man, I need this. Never give power to anybody but to yourself, to elevate yourself. And you need to come to this show because this is my stance to really encourage people. And my son always saying, Mommy, you're so positive. He told me, Mommy, don't worry. I said, worry for what? If I have to worry, can I change anything? God has already prepared a way for you. Why should you worry about any and everything? He has already prepared a way for me. Many people are in the situation or the place they are in. I'm just rapping with you tonight, just talking, because of fear. Fear is the killer of your dreams and aspirations. Fear is the killer of your dreams and aspirations. For instance, I'm doing my content, I'm doing my shows, and there are people who have tried to book me for the show. But I'm somebody, If somebody have already approached me, I would not, just say forget this person and go to the other person. People have approached me. Because let me tell you what people are looking for. They're looking for content. They're looking for solid people, and they're not looking for the confusion, the drama, the ruru. Start something and you might be so intrigued. You might be so fascinated. You might be blown out of your mind to see who will reach out to you. And in St. Lucia, we need the business places, those who have what they do. You need to invest in new things that have started, new businesses, new shows, new things that have started. What we realize, they want to stay with who they know. But this is why our country is not progressing. We have to give somebody a chance. You must give somebody a chance. If you see somebody is doing something that is great, do not be jealous. Say, oh, how can I help you? Let me tell you something. And one thing I've learned early. When you as a person pushes someone, you too will feel the sense of gratification that you have pushed someone. You will feel the sense of gratification that you have pushed someone up the ladder. And let me tell you, it is not easy having your own little business, starting your business. It is not easy. It is not easy. And many people need to understand customer service. And the customer service in St. Lucia is bad. And I always say, your customer service is a reflection of your organization. And it's not only a reflection of your organization, it's a reflection of you. Because whatever you have inside will come out. And you go to stores, people are rude, people are indifferent, they don't care. If you have a warm personality, irrespective of what is happening, because we know there can be some miserable customers, your light is going to shine and calm down that person. You go to certain business places, and I must single out that company. I had to do that since last year. But for some reason, I forgot. I have been going to this hardware store. I have gone to the hardware stores at Rodney Bay. I have gone to the hardware store in Castries. And the consistency of customer service is off the chain. Very helpful. When I go to the store, and I'm going to tell you the store, Johnson Hardware. When I go to the store opposite the square, that's opposite the library, and I go to the plumbing area, because, sometimes I might little plumbing stuff and whatever. And I went there again, the consistency is what get me with those staff. I don't know what Johnson Hardware doing, if they're paying these people a lot of money, or if they have just trained them remarkably, or maybe these people are just wonderful people. When I walked in, this guy just gave me this nice big smile. I'm so happy to see me. I'm like, Happy New Year, how are you? Talk to you. I tell him what I needed. He told me, oh, they're out, they don't have. And then he told me where to go to get it. And I'm telling you, I've gone to plumbing, I've gone to electrical, I've gone to different departments. And the service and the customer service is the same. So much so that I had to say that when I went upstairs to, I think it was lighting, electrical, I had to say that to them. And then one of the girls said, what she said. I said, your customer service is so consistent. The way you treat the customers is off the chain. And if I need a little stuff, for my house or whatever, hardware and whatever, plumbing, electrical, that's the first place I go. The customer service. But you go to some of these other organizations and you just want to turn their back. And allow me to shout out Diane Paul of Digicel, the cell. Think she works, the cell on the William Peter Boulevard. Digicel, Diane Paul, you need to make this girl a manager or something. This lady is just awesome. This lady is just awesome. And you really need to improve the customer service at that branch, because I know what Digicel stands for, because I was one of the first people employed with Digicel when they came to St. Lucia. And I know what the customer service is supposed to be like. And Digicel customer service is on a scale of 1 to 10. Now it's like 3. And I really had to hand it out with them. And I had to say, this young lady, she is awesome. So you need to go back to the basic in terms of dealing with customers. We are rapping tonight. We are chatting. We're talking facts of life, people. Nothing is instant. But let us have some decorum, some class, some finesse when doing stuff. You know what we have been doing? The top can do what they want, but we want the young people to listen to us. We want the students to listen to us. We want our children to listen to us. And we are not willing to pull back to say we need to make a change in our lives. Change starts with you. So when somebody comes to say to you, oh, we're going to make a change in your life, somebody can be willing to make a change in your life, but you are not willing to put in the work. You must put in the work. And this is what I'm saying. Too many idle hands. Come together, put in the work. Instead of being on Facebook on every nonsense live, cursing, quarreling, matting, giving this one mapui, that one mapui. Why don't you get people like-minded like you and start a course, do so many things? And as I will say, we need proper guidance. And it's very sad. It is very sad that many young people leave school and they do not know what to do. You know, they do not know their career paths. Yeah, you have, what do you call it? The fairs, the educational fairs at the university. But we can do more for our children. It takes a lot to invest in our young people, in our students. It's hard work, so nobody want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. It's a lot of work. And we all want to make ourselves look good. Oh, it's my company. This person did that. Oh, fire right away. If it's stealing, yeah, fire. But it's something else. You have to try and work it out. Oh, the students. Oh, they did that TikTok. So many people see it. So let us cleanse our image. Let us make them apologize. Yeah, you do that. But what is happening behind the scenes to help those young people? Everything is instant coffee. Like I said, support the show. Buy the coffee. Link is pinned at the bottom or at the top. Remember, support the show. And there are so many things you can do, as I say, as young people. You can remove yourself. There is oh my God, I just forgot. I read it, I just forgot his name. Oh my goodness. But there was this businessman who used to sleep on the floors. He used to sleep on the floors. Had no home, homeless. And right now, he's filthy rich. Turn your bad situation into something lucrative and positive for you. Search deep within. I know sometimes you may not have the 3 meals, or maybe only 2 you may be able to have. Excuse me. Persevere. And there are a lot of good people. There are a lot of good people in this world. Search for them. Put yourself in a positive light. Put yourself in a good light, and people will come knocking at your door. Put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, who is gonna look for you? Nobody. How many of you have applied for $5,000, $10,000? It's a grant, right? So you don't pay nothing. The youth economy. How many of you have started something? People just believe that, let me tell you, in order for you to be great, sitting in somebody's job, you will not be great. You may get promotions and that's it. But you may never realize your full potential. Sitting in somebody's job 24/7. Sitting in somebody's job 24/7, you could be greater. You could push yourself to do something. People are fearful. You may start something and think, oh, it's just something. And when you look, you're international. And one thing they like to do, my people. One thing they like to do. All the time you're struggling, and I've seen it. All the time you are struggling as an athlete, as a business owner, as a mother, as a father, as a brother, sister, whatever. All the time you're struggling. Nobody knows you. But from the time you start lifting your nose, mine bigger. From the time you start lifting your nose, slowly say, hi, how are you? I would like to invite you to cocktail. Oh, this is a daughter of the soil. She's doing so well. And everybody, but all the time you're there struggling, pressing through. Nobody want to claim you. We've seen it in sports. We've seen it in music. We've seen it in theater arts. We've seen it in education. People go overseas, excel, and then, oh, they want to claim you. Oh, son of the soil. But they didn't know the struggles these people went through. We're talking tonight. We're just talking. I'm giving you so tonight, without interruptions. And I hope, you guys are just learning and saturating, because when you go to bed, I want you to go to bed remembering the positive things that I've said to you. I want you to go to bed thinking, oh, so caused me to think. So caused me to think, to say, okay, I think I can do something, Okay, I have my job, but let me try. I have my job, yes, but let me try to do something. Let me see where that can push me forward, and I can make something better of my life. We need to remove that mentality that we have in us, that in order for us to succeed, the government must put food in our mouth, take a spoon, take a drink. No, they are supposed to create the environment for us to succeed, but you have to make the move. How can you succeed if you do not put in the work and the effort? And as I said to you, my son and I, we give a lot. We give a lot of our expertise. Like my son last week, we work hard. He gave a lot of his expertise to our business. Stop sitting there and be part of the gang. Stop being part of the gang, disrespecting young people, disrespecting older people, just disrespecting any and everybody. Stop being part of the gang. Stop being a part of it. And people, they see you. They do not know where you have been or where you have come from. But everybody envious. Everybody want to be you. Everybody envious. Everybody want to be you. Sometimes when people sleep in, you're working. You put in your strategies together, your plans together. And we need those businesses who are established to look at good soil and invest and help people push forward, push through. We live in a society that it's a click, 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 click society. Let us help. And one thing, the more you give of yourself, you may not have the financial resources to give, but if you have the technical skills, the expertise, and you help somebody, your blessings coming back to you in abundance. You will not believe it. Let us arise from this thing where we're saying, oh, if I help this person, if you help somebody and they succeed and they move up and they forget you, that's fine. Go ahead, help the next person. This world is filled of too much hate, anxiety, hatred. It is time for us to move away from this. It is time for us to move away from this. It is time for us to move away from this. It is just so nice talking to you. Let me tell you, I feel so happy. I feel so elated, so warm, so sweet, so happy doing this kind of show, because people call me. Well, those who have my personal number call me, and those who don't, they would send it on the business phone number. But people tell me, so, I have been told, so you're the talk of a certain group. I'm like, oh well, and people are enjoying the show. People really love it. I'm hearing so you're becoming a household name. So is always going to be so. If you have to love me, you have to love me for me, right? I'm a very reasonable person, but I will not bend for unrighteousness, for things that are not right, just to say I am supporting you. I will not do that. I don't hate you, but I won't do that. But remember, people, share the live. Share it in your WhatsApp group. We may have a WhatsApp group, and it would be on a WhatsApp group just to send what we're doing, different stuff, so you're always in the know. It's not to be chatting back and forth, because this girl ain't got the time. So I am encouraging you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be bold in everything that you do. And I will see your lovely, lovely face again. And I would like to say welcome and thank you to Liberty 92.3 FM. Thank you, my YouTubers and my Facebookers. I will see you on Monday. Same time, 9 p.m. And remember, be good in everything that you do and have a good spirit. Love you. Bye.